Welcome to Her Designed Life, where we talk about money, how to earn more, save more, and lead a thriving life. In today's video, I'll be speaking with Dr. Cortney Baker, an award-winning entrepreneur and TEDx speaker. Dr. Cortney is going to discuss with me some important points of why every woman needs a mentor. Well, thanks everybody for joining my channel today. I have a very special guest. Her name is Dr. Cortney Baker. I met her on an online group. She is an amazing speaker and entrepreneur, and I wanted to bring her today into this interview to talk a little bit more about her journey through mentorship and starting her business and how it grew into a very successful company with multiple branches, and how she's actually focusing on mentoring young women who are going on the entrepreneurial journey. So, Dr. Cortney, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. I'm super excited to have you on.
Well, thanks for having me, Melody. It's great to be here with you.
Absolutely.
And your audience as well.
Yeah. So, I watched your TEDx talk, and I know that you've gone through some crazy, crazy journey for you personally, and I just wanted to kind of just provide some background for those people who aren't familiar with your story. I know we shared a common group, and I saw your photo and where you come from, and I just want people to understand, how did you start with this journey in entrepreneurship? Where did you come from?
To start, I would have to start back when I was 19 and I had my son 6 months after I graduated from high school. And all my friends were going off to college, and I was going to the food stamps office and going to get Medicaid.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a really hard journey, but it taught me so much about what's needed in the world of adulthood, and that's grit and perseverance. And then fast forward, I put myself through school. I got my master's degree in communication disorders and sciences, which is just fancy for saying speech pathology.
Yeah.
And then started really probably about a year after I got out of school, looked around, and I loved what I did, but I didn't love who I was working for.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided right then, I was 28. I had a, almost 10-year-old son. I was just brand new, newly married, and the economy was in the toilet because it was right after September 11th.
Yep.
And I decided right then I might as well start my own company, because I got tired of being treated with disrespect and like being unappreciated.
Yeah.
And with all the chips stacked against me, I just did it. And I was pregnant at the time with my second child, my daughter, and I took a week and a half off for maternity leave. And KidsCare Home Health opened its doors. Originally, we were KidsCare Therapy, but we've since added nursing to our line of services. So now we're KidsCare Home Health. And we opened our doors October 27th, 2003. And when I started, I had me and 10 little kiddos. And today the company has about 550 employees. And we serve about 4,000 children with special needs in 12 locations.
Wow. Oh my gosh, how amazing.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And I just want to say, for a lot of the women that I coach as a financial coach, women often will find themselves in situations that they never expected, and then they feel as though, I don't know what to do with my life. I feel scared. I feel alone. And so I just wanted to thank you for putting yourself out there and making the world a brighter and more beautiful place, because people like you really do make a difference. So thank you.
And I really go into each day with the idea and the thought of, if I could just touch one person today, then my work here is done. And that's every single day. And I believe in the ripple effect. When I had just started school for my doctorate degree in leadership, about a month after I started school, I had a stroke in two places. and had a 7-hour brain surgery.
Oh my gosh.
And at that point, you talking about, finding yourself in a situation where you don't know what to do.
Right.
And at that point, I didn't know what to do. And I had a friend who believed in me, and he called me and he was like, get your ass back to class.
Yeah.
And I just was like, you know what, if he believes in me, I can do this. And I re-enrolled in January, so 4 months after the stroke.
Yeah.
And so my entire doctoral program was done after the incident.
Yeah.
And, and through that research, my doctoral research was really focused on women and how our journeys, what we go through when advancing our careers. And there were 4 main challenges that my research identified. And of the 4 challenges, 2 of them, well, they were family obligations. That was the first challenge.
Right.
Second challenge was limited advancement opportunities.
Yep.
The third challenge was gender-based discrimination, which actually has 3 components.
Yeah.
The first component is stereotypes.
Yeah.
So when women act like strong, assertive leaders, they generally get the not so coveted title of being a bitch.
Right. Yes.
And men, on the other hand, are seen as strong and skilled and effective leaders. And then the second component of gender-based discrimination was what I felt like was probably the reason women were being held back. And that was the Good Old Boys Club.
Yeah.
And I really went into the research thinking that was going to be it. And there are still instances of the Good Old Boys Club, and I lovingly refer to them as Bobos.
Yeah.
And they're still out there, and they're still, laughing at their own jokes and rubbing their bellies, and, we know who they are.
Yes.
But really, more often than not, women spoke about other women holding them back.
Ooh, that's so hard.
Yes. And how there was a lack of mentorship in business. And one of the women that I talked to, I asked her to tell me about her female mentors.
Yeah.
She laughed at me and she said, mentors? I had mentors. I've had tour mentors.
Right.
And that blew me away.
Yeah.
And then the fourth challenge was that 50% of the women that I talked to in the healthcare industry who had reached the C level, so the highest levels of their careers, still lacked confidence. And then when I took that data and talked to women in all different industries and at all different levels, that number rose to it was 80%. And so I went through a period, and I'm pretty transparent. I went through a period after my doctoral journey where I had written my dissertation, written my book called Unlimited, Conquering the Myth of the Glass Ceiling. And I wasn't needed at my office because I transitioned out of the job very successfully.
Yeah.
And so I didn't really know what I was going to do. And I wound up really going down a dark hole until I found that and looked inside and said, what can I do to offer the next generation of women who are walking in the shoes there where I was? And I found research done by McKinsey and Company along with Lean In that said that at the rate we are going since 2015, we are more than 100 years away from gender equality at the C level. And that pissed me off. Yeah. And so I said, what can I do to really pour into them? How can I help women skip that 100 years? And I have my hashtag is screw 100 years. Yeah. But skip that 100 years and make CEOs today through entrepreneurship. And that's what I've dedicated my life to doing now.
That's awesome. Wow. That's so incredible. And I kind of want to revisit what you talked about with the Old Boys Club and, that feeling that women don't necessarily have the confidence. And, I know you're supporting through mentorship, which I'll talk about in a little bit, but I just want to second that because I worked in as a loan processor, and there was a lot of guys who were bankers, and a lot of them were like really great guys, but there was this sense that if a woman was strong, she spoke really specific, was confident in the way that she spoke, that the woman would be perceived as being too aggressive, that it wasn't attractive, that it was unfeminine and bossy, right? And then also, for example, when I speak, in personal finance, there's so many male voices out there. And this is why I wanted to become a finance coach, to say, hey, women out there, you don't have to wait for a man to pay for your bills. You can pay for the bills on your own. And here's how, giving people resources and sharing with them the tools so that they can advance in their income, either on a corporate level, if that's what they want to do, or in their entrepreneurial endeavors. And that's really why I started what I started to do. And so I'm super glad that you are doing a similar thing, and that you're helping other women feel that confidence to be able to accomplish their goals and accomplish their dreams. So thank you. Okay, so surrounding yourself with the right women is super important. I know for myself, I sometimes will look for mentors. I know in the past, I've been fortunate to be around some professional women who really have kind of been pioneers. Like, for example, my last position at a company, I reached out to this really strong woman in leadership, and I asked her to be my mentor, and it was a really wonderful experience. Like, she talked to me, she was able to clarify what I could do. She gave me honest feedback, which I know can be really difficult sometimes to receive, but I appreciated it so much. But I'll be honest with you, finding those women is super hard. Like, recently I was talking with a personal acquaintance, and I tried to see if we can connect, and we just couldn't find the time. And so I just wanted to ask you, what are the kinds of things, and I know you have an article on this, and I'll link it in the description on the video, but what kinds of things should a woman be looking for in a mentor? And then what are the kinds of things that a woman should kind of say, hey, this probably isn't a good fit?
I think values alignment is huge. Making sure that your values are, and the fact that they're walking the talk.
Yes.
So if I say my values are aligned with family, but I'm making money at all costs, including theirs, then it's probably not the value alignment that is authentic.
Yeah.
So you want to look for value alignment, two different components of that. And then also you want to look for, is this person open and honest? And honest feedback is hard to accept, and you have to be willing to take it. But are they also speaking the truth in love? And look at their intentions. And then I think finding out, have they walked the journey that you want to go down? Is this someone that you want to emulate their path? That's a big one. And there was another one I was thinking, and now I'm trying to remember it.
It's okay. They're all really good points. I love it.
Going,
okay. So I know that you mentioned how significant it is for women to have mentorship and to have that relationship with someone. Can you tell me a little bit about your new program with your coaching, and what's your big goals that you have for this? And I'm not talking, get these people this amount of money. I know you have this dream and vision to really empower women to reach that CEO status, and to really take a hold of those dreams that they want to, that maybe they weren't told that they could accomplish, or they just didn't know how, or they're afraid to. So tell me about this new coaching business that you have.
I love it. It really gives me life. It's so fun because my son now is 25. So I'm really pouring into women that are the same, age bracket as he is. And then changing the future generation for my daughters, who are 15 and 11 now.
Aww.
Yes. And so it's an open book, ask me anything kind of environment where I'm really looking to, and like you said, I don't measure success based on their revenue. I measure success based on the fact that is their life improving
Mhm.
because I'm in it.
Mhm.
And we have group calls. I also mentor women one-on-one. I'm
Mhm.
creating an online course
Yes.
called From Side Hustle to CEO. And I'm writing the content every single day, trying to get that up and running. And its release date is in September. So
Oh
that's
my gosh.
exciting.
How exciting. I love
Yes.
it.
Yes. And everything, like I said, I am pouring my heart, soul, blood, sweat, tears, and life into changing the next generation.
Well, I'm going to put all the links to your Facebook group, your book, and your podcast and your website.
Okay.
And I am so excited to connect with you because we're definitely going to talk after this.
Okay.
And I hope that you have a fantastic evening. And I'm going to let all of our viewers go so we can chat more and we can see what's next for you and your business. So thanks so much. Hey, this is Melody from Her Designed Life. Don't click away yet. I want to share with you that this was not the end of the interview. I actually have some additional footage for you to see, including how to write a book by Cortney Baker, along with recommendations on how to network and collaborate with other entrepreneurs and businesses to keep your business supported and inspired. Don't forget to click and subscribe by clicking that red button and click the little bell icon to get notifications so that you don't miss another episode of Her Designed Life.